What's going on, guys? We're back. We got 4 of us here. It's the next, the third PA Pursuits podcast
That's right.
coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, who do we got here?
Brady?
I got Jacob here.
Ethan.
Wow. The gang's all back together. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
We've been trying to figure out a time to do a podcast to catch up on things and talk about future stuff, but Ethan's at college, me and Jacob are here working, and Brady's going all over the place shooting. Not just animals, but shooting his bow. So, last year, you guys want to talk about it. How were the seasons?
Brady, I figured you can go first. So
It was good. I shot. I killed 8 different buck in 7 different states. Shot a bull elk. Shot a Sika stag. Killed 1 doe.
One doe.
1 doe.
Where was that doe at?
Oklahoma.
And you killed a deer with your recurve, didn't you?
Yep. Got a buck on public with recurve. That hunt's up on the channel too, if anyone wants to see that. But yeah, that was fun. But
Well, now your plan was you were going to shoot, what did you say, 7 buck?
yeah, I
This
predicted
year?
7 buck.
What
Killed
states
8.
did you hit?
So I hit 109 states. The only state I didn't kill was Ohio. I killed in Pennsylvania, Kentucky, killed 2 in Maryland, killed 1 in West Virginia, 1 in South Carolina. I'm missing 1 here.
West Virginia.
I said West Virginia.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
I said Pennsylvania.
You said PA, Maryland, South Carolina, West Virginia,
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Mississippi.
Ohio.
Oh,
Didn't
Texas
kill
and
that.
Oklahoma.
Texas.
Texas and
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But those weren't new.
Speaking about Texas and Oklahoma, I think we're planning on going to a trip
Yeah, that's
out
gonna
there
be
in
fun.
the future here with all of us.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we're trying to get dates there set for that, but should be doing that next year. That'll be one of our hunts next year.
That'll be a real nice video that'll get up on the channel when finally got a chance for all of us to be together, getting some hunting done together.
Rifle
Everything.
and archery.
Oh, yeah.
Just a bunch of content.
Texas rifle, Oklahoma archery.
Yep. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Reference. There's a lot of deer out there, so we should shoot some deer.
Oh, yeah. So, the one person I did want to talk about their season was Jacob. Because Jacob
What a
got it done
turnaround.
this season.
Yeah, I had a kind of a not so great start to the season. Went to Kentucky real early. Didn't really get a buck. We saw a couple, nothing really exciting, I guess. And then shot at a doe, hit it, and just didn't end up working out. And then I didn't really hunt much. We went there beginning of September. I didn't really hunt much in September after that because that's just Maryland. And then I started hitting PA, and I hit Maryland a couple times, but mostly PA. Ended up taking a buck, my first bow buck actually in PA on November 2nd at right at 8 in the morning. I mean,
Impeccable shot.
I don't know.
That was
if
a
I
pretty
would
good
say-
shot.
Incredible.
You didn't go far.
Given Kef, incredible.
Yeah.
You did
He,
good. It didn't go far.
He
He
ran.
good bug. What was it, 120?
No, he
No,
was
112.
112. I
Well,
think.
that's like 112 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Good
good.
Still,
bug.
though, for
Good
your
PA deer.
first-
Yeah,
For
definitely.
your first bow buck, that's amazing.
Oh yeah,
That
I'm
is
happy
awesome.
with it. He
Incredible.
it was a 20-yard shot. I judged him for 30 because he was coming down this trail, and I hit a little high, but it ended up working out. Okay.
Yeah, the angle helped too.
Oh yeah, the angle helped. It was pretty
Up
steep,
below him.
but he ran
Oh, go ahead.
he ran 80 yards and then fell over and died.
That's sweet.
Speaking of angles, Brady, why don't you tell everybody how far your buck ran down a mountain in West Virginia?
Yeah, he went about 250 yards.
Oh,
Some way, somehow. He kept on going.
And when
Wasn't
he,
too bad though.
oh, it was pretty bad.
With
It
two
was a
of
pretty
us, I
steep
mean, we got
mountain,
him out
but
there pretty
of course he waited for me to pull him
Yeah,
out
I
of the
wasn't
tough
pulling him out
spot.
myself.
That was a pretty good drag there.
Yeah,
But-
it wasn't too bad. I had worse before.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of West Virginia, you had a decent season out there. It seemed a little tough at first.
yeah. The beginning of the season killed me. I did pretty good. I killed I killed an accidental spike early on.
I can't see.
Yeah, I'm colorblind, so and the horns are pretty dark down there, so I couldn't see them. So that happened, and then I killed a buck in rut out of first year out of the saddle. Actually,
Let's see,
Killed him.
How you been liking the saddle?
I love the saddle. It's great. It sometimes I get tired of pretty much standing all the time, and it's pretty weird to shoot. I actually had it mess me up one time. My back stabilizer, the weights are flared out, and it got caught on my bridge, and it messed me up on a pretty decent buck. By the time he got to where I wanted him, he winded me, so it was a pain. But I like it for the most part so far. I've done a lot of hunts out of it, and then killed one in Pennsylvania, killed a nice buck in PA, and then went back down to West Virginia with Brady when he killed his buck, and I killed mine. What was it, about 50 seconds
Yeah.
before yours? You
About
can
a
actually
mile
hear
down
in
the
the
road.
video where I killed mine with a muzzleloader, and I killed a doe down there in the same place I shot my rut buck. So, yeah, it's a pretty good season for me.
Oh, that's sweet.
What about you, Hunter?
Oh, I had probably the worst hunting season I've ever had. First week, gotten pictures of real nice buck coming through almost every day, if not every other. Soon as first week archery hits, nothing. I got pictures here and there of bucks coming through. We had a decent 7-point stay, but nothing was coming through. Every time I went out, it's just wrong spot, wrong time, terrible. I My dad ended up getting one first day out of his saddle. It was his first buck out of the saddle. First time sitting in the saddle, actually. Shot a decent 7-point at our one farm. And, it was one of his bigger bucks he's shot, and he just, I don't know, had a easy rest of the season trying to get me on a buck. He actually had we were probably 150 yards away from each other at my cousin's, and I looked down to my left. Here comes this 7-point that was sticking around. He was a little bit bigger than the one my dad shot, but he had a couple broken tines and everything. I still would have put an arrow in him, but he ended up being about 65 yards from me, turned and walked straight at my dad. Like, my dad took a video. He walked 15 yards underneath of him, just up and through. But that explained my season, basically.
He still killed a couple doe.
I killed, 2 doe in rifle season. I just had nothing coming to range except for one doe that I put a pretty terrible shot. I definitely should have waited on. It was quartering at me hard. I shot straight through the brisket.
It was close though, wasn't it?
Oh,
Close
yeah,
shot.
it was like
12
a 12
yards.
yard shot. But, like,
Just didn't go well.
it was walking towards me still, but it was quartering so hard towards me. Not so hard, but it was just at a weird angle where if I put it too far back, it was going into the shoulder. If I put it too far forwards, it was going straight through the brisket like it did.
Probably just hit one lung, didn't get the other one too.
I don't even think
Just brisket.
I hit long. I mean, we had good blood for a little bit, so I was thinking, but just disappeared.
We haven't talked about the Kentucky trip. I don't think we haven't done a podcast even after that.
No, we've been trying to. Our Kentucky trip,
That was
for me
fun.
and Jacob,
Kentucky early season.
not the best
It-
trip.
It didn't end the best, but I still had a good time. I mean,
Yeah, no,
fun.
it was very fun. It was very beautiful there.
We've seen quite a few deer, but I killed my 9-point the opening day.
Brady's luck is incredible.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
something to talk about right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
luck.
skill might be somewhere, but it sure wasn't there. That was pure luck. Never hunted the spot. Scouted
So-
it on Onyx. Magically, here it comes.
So, quick
Big ol'
little
130.
story here. So Brady wanted to hunt back this trail about, I'd say, a mile and a half back,
Yeah.
mile back.
Are we talking where I shot my buck?
Yeah,
It's probably a mile.
mile back. Me and Keffer
Walked about a mile back another
walked
trail.
about a mile and a half back.
You guys were like
a
on the other
different
side of
trail.
the draw from me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so thick There was little fields here and there, but it was so thick, and there was no trees to actually put a tree stand in.
Get on the edge.
So we got Keffer in a good spot, which he almost shot a doe out of there.
Almost is a poor choice of words.
Well,
No, that was a different
that
time.
wasn't that
This is a
one.
different
Okay,
time.
this was a different
He
time.
had 2 doe come right across the
Well,
He
field.
had a lot of close
I
opportunities.
had a fawn at like 6 yards, and I couldn't. I wasn't shooting a fawn.
Yeah.
It was,
But,
it was
uh,
like last year's fawn, wasn't it, or something?
No, it was a fawn. Like it had
Oh.
white spots on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to shoot that one.
But I walked down probably about another 200 yards, got into a spot right off the trail, and about 10 minutes before Brady shot his buck, me and Keffer were getting texts from him in the group chat. I don't like this spot. I should have set up in a different spot. This is terrible. I should have went here instead of going there.
See, the deer
And-
come from where he did what I did not expect him to do, I guess. So it actually worked out better than I thought it would.
That early in the season, what were you on, an oak flat?
Yeah, there's some oaks there. It was like I was just inside off the field edge, and I could see a transition line on Onyx. I wanted to set up on that transition line. I thought the deer would be bedded down farther. Turns out he was actually bedded above me. And when I walked right past him when I was walking in. He couldn't have been laying far from me at all. And when I set up, he come from behind me into the oak flat. So, and he actually came on the good side of me, so he didn't catch my wind at all. So it just worked out perfect how that happened. He come to where I thought they were going to come to, but came from a different direction than what I thought.
He was just cruising early.
He was up early. I shot him an hour and a half before closing, but we also had really, really good weather. It was like
And that was in
wasn't even
early
70
September,
degrees.
right?
Yeah, it was. It was cool out. Deer were really moving early.
That's awesome.
Did
Yeah, I
not
was jealous.
expect
I
to
was
see
sitting a couple hours away doing schoolwork, and they were killing deer
They
already.
ended up scoring 132
Oh,
inches.
just Brady. Just Brady. was
Just
killing
Brady.
it.
That's right. Well, Marion killed one, too. That was
Oh, yeah,
another guy that
Marion-
was along with him.
Marion was with us. He killed a 7-pointer later in the trip.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Like 100.
He said he had a 5-yard shot on the thing.
It was like 180 yards off the road too, so it was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, but the drag sucked. That 180 yards was not a fun
I didn't
drag.
think it was too bad. I mean, compared to what I've done before, it was uphill, but
It was walking through briars and stuff. It was a fun time.
Oh, you're a sis.
yeah, it wasn't bad.
I was up front the whole time. I was the one grabbing by the horns.
Yeah, me and Keffer, we were.
Me and Brady
Losing.
powered that thing out of there.
I was carrying
Where are
all
you
the
guys
gear.
when I need you? Never around.
Yeah, what? So then that's the first buck I killed. What did I kill after that? I don't think I killed one all the way till like October
Well, hold on, pause there
28th or something.
before you continue on. Let's go back to Kentucky to the rest of the trip.
No.
Real quick.
No, okay, we're going to talk about this.
So this was probably like the second to last day.
You want me to tell you about Keffer's story?
It
Oh,
was-
in a second.
Oh, that was
It
fun.
was the second to last day.
Second to last day. We were trying to get Keffer on a deer.
I think it was third to last day. It was 2 days after I shot my buck.
Oh, yes, it was. It was
Okay.
third
It
to
was
last.
still in the middle of the trip because
Middle of
we
the trip.
spent the rest of our time over in another area. We've seen a pile of deer. We just didn't get one in range.
What'd you do? Spend 6 days down there?
Yeah.
We had a 5 or 6.
I think it was 6, but 2 of the days were driving and everything.
Yeah, we didn't
So-
sit some mornings.
Um,
We didn't have any luck in the mornings.
no, there was no deer
It was bad.
moving in the
It
morning.
was like almost a waste of time, especially since we didn't have nothing, like no good situation for the mornings.
But you guys went off. I went to the other side of the road from where you guys went in. I found a nice little spot. It was just so thick, but I got set up, and I did have 2 doe and a spike come through. I could have shot one of the does. It came about 10 yards right down to my left, but I saw the bigger spike moving in the back. I didn't realize he was a spike until he finally stepped out. By the time that happened, I turned towards the doe, and she was right underneath me, saw me, ran away.
Yeah,
But then I got a message a little bit later from
Jacob's hunt.
Brady and Jacob about an interesting time they had.
Yes, I was filming. I switched to filming Jacob most of the time. And I had scouted this spot. It was the morning of the day, opening day. I did some scouting after we hunted in the morning. And I found this, and there was just acorns everywhere, fresh, and you can tell they were eating them. They were eating on them really, really good. So we get in there and set up. As soon as we set up, I mean, it's not even 15 minutes. It was like 5 minutes.
It was 5 minutes.
Because I didn't even get my stuff completely all set
Like
up.
camera wasn't on the tree yet.
And Jacob's like, I see deer. I think you saw them first.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right. So they kept coming, and then they'd turn around and work their way back, and they just kept doing like circles. But then eventually she come down past us, one of them. There's 2 bigger does, and ranged it. Jacob drew, shot, and it dropped. So they're thinking spine shot. And so anyhow, he gets down. We couldn't really get a shot from the tree. All we had was like a shot at its butt from the tree.
And yeah.
So I was like, it's a doe, and you don't really want to just get down and get a better angle and shoot it. Anyhow, so he climbs down and goes to shoot this deer. And then instead of just shooting it in the back like I thought he was going to, he walked around in front of it, and it looked straight at him. And all of a sudden, his back legs decide they're going to work now. So it got up, and we never found that deer.
That was crazy. You guys tracked it for about, what, 250 yards?
Oh, it was like 5 or 6
yards.
500 yards.
And we never found her, never caught up to her. So, yeah, I almost think she lived. I'm confident she probably actually lived.
Just hit a little too high, probably.
She ducked, too. We watched the video.
She ducked
later
big
on.
time.
She actually did duck.
It
The shot
probably
was
like
a
4
little
inches.
high, but when she ducked is what really did it.
But it was an uphill shot. If it was downhill, she was a dead deer.
The shot would have
It was
been
probably
fine
eye
if she
level.
didn't duck.
Yeah, it was probably eye level because she came up the hill above us. So it was like nothing to get down in. If she would have been below us, she would have been dead for sure.
Got to give Jacob credit. He's pretty new to the old stick and string. So, I mean, he's not been full draw in too many deer.
Yeah.
So
And later on
that'll
that trip,
happen when you're new to it.
we had a bunch of deer later on that trip. We found some more acorns and stuff, and seen a velvet 4-point, two velvet spikes, and a bunch of does. Nothing ever came in range, and that's where we spent the rest of our trip trying to get Jacob on one. Hunter sat closest to one night, I think.
Yeah, that was...
Well,
You guys stuck me in a tree and walked about 150 yards to my right to catch anything that was sneaking along.
yeah, I think we kind of blew it
that
up
hill.
from the night before, though. It didn't work out. We should have probably did something different, but at that point we were just trying to get a deer, but it didn't work. There was some deer behind us that came out in the field, but there's no trees to get on the field edge. Almost should have just sat on the ground. But next time maybe if we go back ever.
I would love to go back sometime. Maybe get a couple other trips in first, but that was a fun trip. I would.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
yeah,
fun.
that was amazing.
I'd like to join.
Yeah.
I'd love to honestly go back to the same exact place just because we know what it's like there.
Yeah, no,
We
a
know
little
where to
bit now.
kind of sit now.
I feel like we'd have a better shot, maybe,
Yeah.
if we have good weather.
Now, you guys scouted that a little earlier in the season, right?
Yeah, we went there in the summer, Jacob and I.
But where we sat and actually hunted, I don't think we scouted many of those spots. Like
Yeah, we did. Actually, the one spot we scouted, we sat the first morning and
that didn't end
just
too
in
well.
there looking around, and then the oaks dropped in there, so we had to move and actually get on some like actual feeding sign. And once we found the feeding sign, there was definitely more deer. That spot where Jacob shot his doe, that we probably should have went back there, even though we really walked through it a lot. But the sign was so good in there that it was just like we probably would have had good odds to get on another deer. Actually, when I scouted that, I jumped a buck out of there.
Yeah.
I know it was a buck, just the way it was snorting at me. It did that like buck snort. It definitely wasn't a doe. I don't know how big he was, but he could have been a spike for all I know.
Me and Jacob were doing scouting. We found this real nice looking. We walked through bedding. We actually jumped a decent buck. But we found this real nice. We walked back about probably half mile.
3/4 of a mile, I'd say.
Yeah, and it was right up against private land. We found a real nice spot that went down to a field. It was a bunch of oak trees and stuff, but it was a real steep hill back there. But I think if we go back, we definitely try back there.
Well, the nice thing about that spot too was if the public went straight down to the road, so if we'd have parked at the bottom of the road, or if it would have been easier, if we'd have shot a deer back there, we could have just dragged it out to the main
Would
road.
have just ran there for us, yeah. Would have been nice. Well,
Yep.
do we want to talk about anything else that happened this past year?
We can talk about how old Brady's deer were this past season.
Oh,
Holy.
yeah. So I shot a buck in Maryland. It's like a 100-inch 8-point, nothing big. But I shot him, I think it was like October 28th. I'm pretty sure it's the 28th. I'm not sure. Shot him that morning. And got the age back on him. It was just a 100-inch, big deer, though.
Very
really big deer. And he was 5.5 years old, only 100 inches.
Bad
Kinda
genetics.
Crazy.
It's Maryland.
That's
Yeah.
my luck.
Maryland
Like,
Public.
a lot of 5.5-year-old
Yeah.
deer are like 130 plus.
Mm-hmm.
But I shoot the 100-incher. That's all right. And then I ended up what's the third buck? I shot my Texas buck with a rifle. Killed him. I never got the age on him. I accidentally threw the jawbone away. I was kind of mad because that was a mature deer. I know. I'm confident he was 4.5 plus. I'm thinking he was more 5.5, 6.5-year-old deer. And then I shot a good buck in Oklahoma. He was 5.5 as well. That was a bow buck. I was pretty happy with him. He's my second biggest buck ever. So right now, I killed my second, third, and fourth biggest buck ever this year. And then after shot that one, I shot my PA buck. He ended up being 5.5 as well too. So that was really cool. I
What
thought he
about
was
your
a
Sika
4.
deer?
Oh yeah, my Sika deer. I forgot about him. Shot him earlier October. He was 5.5 too.
And he was only a spike.
And he was only a spike. But Sika deer take a little while, which is still bad genetics for that. To be only a spike at 5.5 for a Sika.
That's pretty crazy.
But still, yeah. And then, yeah, the PA hunt, that was a good one. That deer had 2 years on the property, maybe 3. I don't know him from the year before that. Thought he was 4.5. But he was the best buck there that stayed there for the entire season. And finally, I caught up to him November 17th. Or
Yeah, it was my
18th?
birth. It was my birthday.
Yeah,
Because I remember you called me at work at like, I don't know, it must have been 10 in the morning. You called me.
Yeah, so the night before that, I was sitting in that stand. I saw 5 different buck. Went back in there next morning, and here he come pushing the doe right out of the bedding area. So,
That's a pretty good stand.
oh yeah, I killed more PA deer out of that stand than any other.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
a
the
sweet
perfect
area.
spot.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was a 130-inch 8-point.
Mm-hmm.
Good PA deer.
Yep.
Really happy with them. And then my South Carolina buck.
Oh, yeah.
Not.
How old was that deer?
I don't know. He was
You didn't
probably-
send him in.
Yeah, well, there's no point sending. He
Now, how are you getting the ages on these deer?
Send them in deer age.
Send in the
Works
front
pretty
teeth.
Front 2, the bottom off the bottom 2 jaw, bottom 2 off the bottom jaw there. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see how old they are.
Yeah,
The South
definitely.
Carolina deer was a young deer, just crossing off another state. Took him first opportunity at a okay buck. Left a 4-point go the first night, and then I ended up shooting that 6-pointer.
We just sent in the teeth from my Pennsylvania bucks. We're waiting on the results from that. But
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the recurve buck was cool. Of course, the one time
that was
I've
late
always,
season.
Yeah, that was a late season morning hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So, on a good spot, catching these deer coming back to the bedding, and boy, did it work out good. I'm sitting there, as soon as it cracked light, here comes a really nice buck. Well, I say really nice, probably a 110-inch deer. Good deer for the Maryland public. I would have shot him all day with my compound, too. And he's got the 5 yards, and I have my recurve. And I draw back, and I think he caught my ground scent. He stopped and looked straight up at me. And all he had to do was take 2 more steps because his vitals were blocked by a tree a little bit, and I never got to shoot him. And then he goes back and stands broadside at 35 yards, and I got my recurve. Don't have a compound. That's why I always avoid taking the recurve, and of course that's what happened. But then later that morning, that 6-pointer came in, I shot him. But that was pretty cool. First recurve buck. I was planning on shooting any deer. I was going to shoot a doe even if it came in.
Yeah, that's
So to
real
get a
cool.
buck with it is pretty neat.
How far away was that 6-point when you shot it?
20.
Pretty good shot with the recurve.
Yeah, you guys can watch that video. It's on the channel.
Yep, that one's up.
But yeah, good deer season. Real good deer season. Oh, and my elk. I guess I never talked about that. Killed a really nice bull elk in Oregon. Just got my mount back the other week.
Oh
last
yeah,
week.
I saw that at the house yesterday. That looks nice.
Yeah. Yep, he's pretty cool. Scored, he grossed 302, so for my first bull, I'm pretty dang happy. Netted 288, so he made Pope and Young. So that's really cool. Super
Yeah, it's
happy about that, and man, I was shaking really bad on that one.
awesome. Living the dream, aren't you?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if on top of season like that, I shot a lot of animals. 8 whitetail buck, a Sika stag, and a bull elk. That I'm not gonna top.
Might not ever top that one.
No.
That's pretty
Kinda figured
incredible.
that.
Well, what are you planning on shooting this year? 'Cause I
So
know you got a lot of things planned, but you
Yeah, I
gotta
don't
find
have
the
as
time to do it.
yeah, I don't have as much planned this year. I got velvet hunt in Tennessee. That'll be fun. 3-day velvet hunt. And if I don't kill, then I'll probably try to make another trip out to Tennessee. And then I'm gonna hunt Ohio. I'm gonna probably hunt gun season. I'm gonna try to. If I kill in Tennessee, then I'll go out in Ohio for bow season. If not, then I'll be hunting Tennessee probably over Ohio, and then I'll hunt in Ohio and gun. But then I got I'm supposed to be filming Mike with Hex in Illinois, and if he kills, then I get to hunt. But I'm gonna film him for that is November 7th and 15th or something like that.
Oh, you're going right in the good time.
Yeah,
In
so
Illinois.
that'll be fun. In
That'll be
Illinois.
awesome.
Should see some deer.
I would hope so.
Pretty good outfitter. I can't remember the outfitter, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, and then just Texas and Oklahoma. Then in December is when we're planning on going. So I really don't have much planned. I'm gonna hunt around here. I'm actually gonna be home for opening day in Maryland, which will be cool.
Oh, that'll be sweet.
Yeah, normally I'm not home. Like the last 2 years I haven't been home, so it's like I can't. I really want to kill a nice velvet deer or kill a real nice early season deer. I really enjoy the early season hunting because you can really prepare, try to like pattern a buck in the summer and then get on him opening day. So I enjoy that. Like last year I would have had the opportunity, probably had a decent buck, but I wasn't around to hunt him. So this year I'll be around.
Now,
So
what are
it's-
your turkey plans for this upcoming turkey season?
I don't have much turkey plans on PA. That's about it.
Yeah, he's
We had to move our
bailing
Osceola
out of
hunt.
West Virginia.
Yeah, I
course.
can't. I got I would have
Best
to
state
give
to
up
hunt.
PA.
He's quitting.
I'd have to give up PA because of art.
I think it
just
might
the
be
way
worth
archer-
it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. I think it's a poor decision.
Yeah, I got a lot of birds in property this year in PA.
Are you going to touch Maryland at all with turkey?
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
I plan to go out to the western side of Maryland, hunt that a little bit, hunt West Virginia, and hunt Pennsylvania.
Yeah, yeah, I should kill PA bird. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll get on them.
We're supposed to be going. We were supposed to go on Osceola hunt this March, but I had to move it because they moved one of our shoots. So we moved to 26. So next year we'll be doing that.
Yeah,
That was the plan this year to go to Osceola, but of course it got over top that shoot, which is really annoying. But oh well.
yeah, we better be going next year.
Yeah. Well, it should be good next year. Move the dates.
Gonna keep bumping it back year after year after year.
What a shame. They said this year was an incredible year for Osceola. So,
Oh, I'm sure it'll be good next year.
oh yeah,
We'll get one next year.
definitely.
Kev, what are your plans for turkey season?
Right now, I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to run down there opening day in Maryland since they open a week before PA. Kind of debating whether I just want to run over the border and see if I can get on something down there.
I think they opened 2 weeks before PA.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
It's the 18th.
I thought it was
No, no.
Pennsylvania's.
They thought it was the 15th.
It's the 18th this year. Because Maryland's 18th, and then West Virginia's the 20th. Because West Virginia always opens on the third Monday of the month, which is
see,
weird.
I
So
wish,
weird.
I wish West Virginia would open that Saturday before because then I could go down. But I got a tournament that week after.
It's a shame you aren't 16.
Yeah,
You get on the
season.
youth.
Yeah.
I always thought they opened up our youth weekend, Maryland. I always thought that's how that worked. But maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
No, it's sooner. I know it's sooner because
Yeah,
I
Maryland's
was
the
looking at it.
18th this year. West Virginia's the 20th, and Pennsylvania, I believe, is the 1st.
No,
Pennsylvania's
fourth.
the 4th.
Fourth or
4th.
fifth, yeah.
Okay.
4th.
No way. That's a Tuesday.
Yeah,
No.
Maryland is April 18th. Okay.
It's Saturday.
Yeah,
It's always the first Saturday, man.
I don't know. I hope to take care of my West Virginia turkeys before Pennsylvania starts, so then I can put some emphasis on the western side of Pennsylvania and work on Maryland at the same time. Maryland, I'm hunting strictly public, so it'll be, a little bit different than
I'm looking at a calendar.
hunting private.
So Pennsylvania is the 3rd.
Yeah, that would make
Maryland's
sense.
Friday the 18th.
Friday.
Yeah,
And then West
I'll be
Virginia
down
is the
opening Saturday,
21st.
probably.
yeah. West Virginia's that
April.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
See, I got a tournament the 25th, 26th.
Turkey season's always a busy time for us. Brady's got tournaments. These guys got
mowing,
work. I've
landscaping.
got school to finish up and work. It's always a challenge. I mean, Brady and I last year, you can hear in the video, he's yelling at me that I need to get to class. So that's how it
Yeah.
goes. I ended up skipping that class. But
Yeah, turkey. Yeah, I never get to turkey hunt a whole lot. So.
Turkey season's a blast. I always love turkey season.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy just hunting something.
What
Still like my deer, though.
I like getting to move around,
Yeah.
getting to jump around on birds. It's
Uh-huh.
always keeps you active.
Yeah.
Sitting in a tree stand, I feel like I'm getting
I'm
old.
gonna do a lot more sitting at my lease this year because they seem to come. They come in consistently. So if I just sit and wait for them more, it's gonna be more effective.
Oh, this guy.
I don't have enough land to walk around, but we'll see.
I might be. Are you gonna be home opening weekend at PA? Or no?
I'm gonna be in Greene County.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll try and roost one
I'll be out.
opening day at PA. Go out Friday night and try to roost one.
Well, if anybody needs a filmer, I'll film. But while you guys are all turkey hunting,
You can drive to
I'll
West
be
Virginia.
fishing.
You'll be
Oh.
fishing.
Okay,
Yep.
great. I don't know. We need to get you on a turkey.
I don't need to kill a turkey
Why not? They're fun.
because my dad just got a boat. I gotta be fishing.
Oh, he's
Smallies on the
fishing.
river.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Mine's for
you
sale.
can take the boat out on the lake and then call from the boat. How about that?
We were thinking
That is-
about
that is-
starting to
A lot of people do that.
take the boat out to drive to places
Mm-hmm.
to hunt because there's so many different places around here where it's just public land that you could hunt and you could get to so many more spots by
Mhm.
launching the boat, just pulling it up, and I mean you can be relatively quiet getting in with it too.
A lot of people
So-
have a lot of success doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be sweet to drag a deer out, throw it on the boat, fish your way back, and you go home after you caught a pile of fish and you got a deer with you. I think that would be amazing.
That sounds exhausting.
It's a lot of work.
It sure
um,
sounds like it.
There might be a chance me and Ethan might be hooking up and going down to West Virginia together this season, but
Yeah,
yeah, we'll see.
definitely.
we'll see.
It all depends on how bad school gets here and how productive I am over this spring break I'm on. But I graduate this May, so get out of that and start working and hunt more. Looking forward to that for sure.
Finally got some time. Hopefully we can actually get videos of us together and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
More of that. Now that
I'll still be killing as many deer as possible.
Oh, we know,
We
Brady.
know.
We know.
We know.
Isn't your house getting full at all?
Yes, it's too full. It's
You're
not
gonna have to
enough
move
room.
out soon.
Yeah. We're working on
He's gonna have
that.
to build a pool building in the backyard.
Just for his mounts.
The elk mount takes a lot of room.
Oh, I wonder why.
Still got 4 whitetail coming.
Where is the elk going anyway? Is that down in the
It's in
basement?
oh no, it's in the living room.
Oh god.
Where?
Right to the left of his
You'll
TV.
see. You'll see.
Oh my.
I thought
It looks good.
I thought the turkeys
get
were
it?
there.
Oh my.
Oh, the
Yeah,
turkeys are right
turkeys
below
are
it.
under it.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
It barely. I had to shove the one fan's like bent from the elk. It
My,
barely fits.
Similar to Brady's situation, my mom doesn't let us have animals out of our rooms. So
Oh,
my
we
room,
have them all.
my
over the
room
house.
is too full, and I have a shoulder mount coming from my Pennsylvania buck. He scored what was it, 142 and 2/8.
Yep.
So
If we're being exact.
yeah, so so I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to put that one. But yeah, running out of room, to say the least.
Yeah, I got my mom won't let me put anything. I live in my room's in our basement, and my mom only lets us put stuff in our basement. And with my dad's mounts and my mounts that are gonna be coming back this year, I have no idea where I'm gonna start putting stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are sitting in
Good
the
problem
only
to have.
room that my mom allows anything to go in from
This
me
is
or
the
my
only
dad.
room.
This room and my room are the only 2 places we're allowed to put anything.
Wow.
I think Brady's mom gave up a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Donnie's been
There's
on
a
her.
lot of stuff.
Donnie's taken over with all the mounts.
You have to go through and count all your mounts sometime because it's
Got quite a
it's a
few.
huge number.
Do you have
We gotta
any
see
idea how many buck you've killed at this point in your
How
life?
many I've killed? I've
Yes.
killed 34, I think.
Oh my
whitetail buck.
gosh.
34 whitetail buck.
I've killed 14
I've killed
whitetail buck.
Yeah, I've killed quite a few.
That's
I'm
20
at
more.
I'm at a whopping 3.
Yeah.
What about you, Hunter?
Hey, I'm at 5.
Here we
so-
go.
I got a couple other shoulder mounts too. My elk, my sika, my antelope, my mule deer. Got my bear mounted, full body mounted though.
You've got 2 full body bears in your house.
Yeah, one's dad's.
Well, that takes up a whole lot of room, doesn't it, Brady?
Mine was bigger,
Noticeably bigger.
noticeably bigger.
Where's a Brock's bear?
It's a shoulder mount.
Oh, okay.
Shoulder
on the
mount
wall.
bear. Not sure I've ever seen that.
A shoulder mount of a bear?
It's gone.
You really know? My pap got his when
Really?
he shot his from like I don't know. He was up in Canada in like I think it was the 80s. He got a shoulder mount on a bear.
I should have killed a West Virginia bear this year. I just down there it's really difficult to even deal with a deer, let alone a bear. And where I was at, if I would have killed that bear, I mean, it was. You can ask Brady. I had him on camera. It was probably a solid 400
It was
pounds.
probably 400 pound
It was
bear.
a huge bear, and there was no possible way. I was a mile in the woods. There's no way that I was getting that thing out by myself, let alone with another person. So
I would have packed him out.
Yeah, you almost had it.
should have, could have, would have. But
His
yeah, it's cool just to watch them. I saw a bunch of bear this year. They were pretty active there in the early season. I had one spot that I had a feeder set up, which is legal in West Virginia, and I actually had a younger bear, probably about 150 pounds, literally sit under the feeder for a solid 4 days. It was something else.
Didn't he kick that thing over too?
Yeah,
Couple
yeah.
times.
The feeder did not fare well with the bears. It's actually broken now.
We
But-
had one at our PA place.
yeah, that is true. Now
He didn't stay though.
we've actually started to see an increase of bears here in Pennsylvania, even in the more populated areas. I know Brady had
We've always been upstate a lot, but our
Yeah,
area,
of course.
they're just
Brady
far
had
and few
one
between.
there in Gettysburg, and I had one in my farm in York Springs. So
Yeah, they're around. They're
Had-
seemingly spread out more.
every once in a while, you'll see them just out of the blue. They're just moving in the earlier season.
I I guess it was just a month ago now. I went up there and just checked a couple cameras up in my lease in PA, and I actually found like 5 sets of bear tracks up there. One of them looked like it was a pretty decent sized bear. But yeah, I mean, I don't hardly ever get them on camera. We never see them up there. But the one time I did get it on camera, which was 2 seasons ago now, it was probably how big do you think that bear was? Like 400 plus at least.
Yeah,
And
he was up there. He was a big
he,
bear.
he might have been 450 or more, but he was a big bear.
Big bear.
Big bear. Big bear.
Big old bear. And there's some big ones in PA.
Oh
That's for
yeah,
sure.
definitely. I mean, that one a couple years ago up in Potter County that was killed on the side of the road. That was over 800 pounds, I believe.
On the side of the road.
Yeah, it was hit by a car.
Oh,
I wonder how the person was.
Yeah, I wonder how that car ended up.
It's like hitting a moose. But speaking of moose, Brady, aren't you getting pretty interested in heading out to Alaska here at some point?
Yeah, need to save more money.
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah, it's very expensive.
Moose is like my next.
We're trying to get 3 people, you, me, and somebody else to go out.
Yeah, I
You don't
know
know how to
soon
call.
It'll be, but
I don't need to call. I can just.
In that early season, you do.
that's my next thing. I'd like to shoot a moose. Got
Yeah,
my elk
me
now, so I
too.
want to go. I wouldn't mind shooting a caribou too. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Whatever we end up doing, it's gonna be a lot of money. So,
Yeah,
I-
without a doubt.
might be a few years before I get to book that one.
We're trying to buy houses now. This is difficult.
I definitely want to start hunting out west more. I've never been out west, and it always just looks like a dream to be out there.
I'll be out
so-
west
we've
at some
been-
point.
We've been talking about taking a turkey trip here soon, and I mean, we can do that one there in public.
Sometime, yeah.
We'll get that done at some point.
I
3
think
of us,
probably 2 years from now probably would be a good.
probably. Yeah.
I
'cause-
like to just go crazy and just go kill everything again. Go out west like 5
What?
times. Costs too much money though.
Yeah.
Can't
Planes
kill,
are expensive.
can't kill 8 deer every year. Fuck.
Nope. I couldn't
Maybe
afford
every
those
5 for
taxidermy
you.
fees.
No, I gotta stop
Uh-huh.
counting stuff.
Yeah,
You got to stop now and say, that'll never happen.
you're gonna have to
No,
put like
it's-
a 140
Yeah,
restriction
that's what
on
my
it.
new restriction's gonna be.
140 or above.
Right now it's like 130s, and now it's gonna have to go to 140.
It's better because
Got
you
too
had
many.
you shot how many 130s this year?
I shot 3 in the 30s this year.
That's ridiculous. That's nuts.
Yeah, one was a Kentucky Public one. That one was fun, and the PA one I'm really happy with. So
Absolutely, you should be. It's impressive for sure. I mean, you don't hear that too often in Pennsylvania. I mean,
No,
you
Pepper
think
Young
about
Gary
our group,
PAs.
we killed. Well, other than Hunter, we all killed. Julian killed over 100. You
we
killed.
don't really have no like good farms.
You killed a 130. I killed a 140. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's just tough if you don't have a really
It's a
good
great
farm.
year.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good year.
And then,
Yeah.
well, I had a couple bucks. I know. I have 1 or 2 bucks that are
One's
like
dead.
one's dead.
I
Yeah,
saw him
Yeah.
at the shop.
Brady saw him up there at the Outback Imagery.
So,
But,
hey, I was like, I know this deer. I'm like holding him. I'm like, I was actually putting the skull on a piece of barnwood for a customer, and I'm like, this deer looks so familiar. So I pull up trail cam pictures, and I'm like, well, that's that deer Jacob had on camera.
But I think I have two or three other bucks that were like 120 that looked like they made it through, around 120, maybe 110, but they made it through. So I'm happy
That's
about
good.
that.
Yeah, we had a big one make it through. He was probably 30s in the summer. Got some pictures of him later in the season, but he was busted up. It was the same deer, 100%. And then I got some pictures of him shedded. So his sheds are in there somewhere.
Has
I got
anybody
a
here done any
pile of
shed hunting yet?
bucks.
I went a little bit when
A little
I went
bit this
shot-
weekend coming up.
When
I
I-
looked across the road from my house here. We had a couple real nice buck. They're just traveling through, really, but
Mhm.
there's a lot of things they got to jump over.
Yeah.
Little creek and stuff. So I was hoping something dropped over there.
Yeah, we're
I
going to
found
go.
what? I found 4 or 5 there in West Virginia.
I think it was 5.
Yeah, 5,
'Cause
something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
found quite
Yeah,
a few.
I
This
found
will
a
be the
decent
first time
amount for the couple times I went
This
out.
weekend coming up, I got to go get some cameras. So we might look a little bit for sheds.
What, down in Maryland?
Yeah, I got to go grab some 2, 3 in Maryland. And then I want to go up to my lease. Might look for sheds at my lease for a little while.
Should find them in there.
Yeah, I've done it one time before. I never found any, but I know there's a lot of buck in there this year.
He might be able to kill them, but he can't find the sheds.
Yeah, I don't
Isn't that
really try that
incredible?
hard either. But
Isn't that incredible?
if there was a really big deer I knew that was in there in the late season,
Mm-hmm.
there was a really big one, but he was there in the rut, and I haven't had pictures since of him. If I knew he was there in late season, the sheds might be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
When did he happen to walk through there?
It's like November 20-something, 25th-ish, something around
I
there.
thought it was the day after you shot your deer.
That's what I thought it was.
It
as
was.
well.
It was the day after you
I don't
shot
think it
your
was
deer.
the day after.
It was
Oh,
It
pretty
was
close
later
to the
that
time.
week.
I'm pretty sure it was the day after. Because
Yeah.
I vividly remember you said if I'd
It
have
was
just
right before the PA season closed. So, whenever that was.
season closed the 18th, I think.
No, it didn't. It didn't close that early. It was like the day before it closed, I thought, the season.
No, I don't remember.
But, yeah, it was a big deer. That
I
deer
know
was a
Brock
monster.
tried to go for that deer late season.
No, he didn't. Brock shot his deer the day of that deer was on camera.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's
That's
what
what it
happened.
was.
That's what happened.
Because the deer walked in front of the camera after Brock shot his buck. On
That's
the
right.
other
He shot
side of
that
the
big
property.
6-point or 5-point.
It was a 6-point. He shot the big 6-point that I was watching all year. And then that giant buck walked right by the stand that I shot my buck out of.
Yep.
The deer was 100% over 155. I
That is
know
a
for
huge
a fact.
buck.
I'm thinking
Stud.
it's not a good picture to score him wise, I guess.
He was heavy. He had some
Oh,
mass
he
on
was-
him.
Like almost
He probably
palmated
had
out on the
4
left
to
side.
5-inch mass measurements all the way
Yeah,
around.
he was
Yeah.
huge.
But I can't tell how wide he is to know if he was a Boone and Crockett deer or not. But a clean typical 12-point with split G2s. It had one split G2, a split G3, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got pictures. It's just a giant deer.
Well, hopefully he sticks around for you.
I never seen him before. One picture of him, just guess he was out looking for another doe.
Well, boys, what else we got to talk about? I feel like we talked about most things, everything coming up and everything.
How long have we been rolling?
It's been right around 45.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
So
good.
I guess that's about it.
I
mean,
guess
Pretty much recapped everything.
I guess we'll try to get back out here on another podcast
Around turkey.
after turkey season, probably.
Yeah, whenever I get home,
Definitely
we can
want
do
to do one
another
after
one.
turkey.
We should
Talk about our turkey season.
coming up this
Trout
year. We
season.
should have. Oh yeah, trout
Yeah,
season.
Trout
trout
season
coming
coming
up.
up. Yep.
yeah,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do a little bit of that.
yeah, maybe film some of it. We'll see.
We should.
Yeah, I might film it. I'm gonna try to film opening day. I think.
Yeah, opening day is gonna be an adventure.
I
Especially
don't think I'm
around-
going to be here,
especially around here in PA.
I'll
unfortunately.
Me and
be at,
Jacob-
Cowan's Gap
Yeah, I don't know where
opening
it is.
day.
What is that?
It's a lake.
Cohen's Gap?
Cowan's Gap.
Oh, I called it Cohen's Gap.
Oh, I
Yeah, I know
know
what
where
you're
it is.
talking about.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
About an hour and a half up, above Mount Holly.
It's a nice place.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice place. They stock it full. There's always the entire bank full of people. I think last year we counted 25 boats on the water,
Wow.
No,
including our boat. So it'll be it's always a fun time up there.
I bet
Dad
it is.
caught like a 22-inch nice rainbow trout.
Nice.
So
I think Jacob and I might hit something opening day.
Yeah, we'll hit something pretty close.
I fish most of the day. I don't know.
I'll definitely fish till at least lunch. I think.
Yeah. I like going back out in the evening.
Yeah, me too.
They seem to really the bite picks up again.
Well, a lot of people leave.
People
then,
leave.
too.
Leave
Yep.
and then the bite will pick up in the evening.
Because especially around here where we fish, I mean, these creeks just
Oh,
get
it's nuts.
nailed.
It's people
it is,
walking
It is
through it.
nuts.
It is people spending the night. It is people walking in there at 4 a.m.
It
is,
almost looks like the New York salmon run on the Salmon River. It's something else.
One little hole can have 6 people fishing it. It's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
There's one hole that pretty much everybody around here knows, and
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Everybody
there's
hits it.
probably 15 to 20
I've caught
people
some big
sitting in
ones
this
out
hole.
of there though.
Oh yeah,
You come back in the evening sometimes.
Mhm.
It's like
they always put some big boys in there.
another area too. I'm not gonna name specific.
Is this the spot that
remember
I found?
No. You remember the big ones? Big one I caught last year, opening day.
Oh,
Oh,
Showed up
yeah.
at like
Uh-huh.
10 o'clock. Throw in there, ripped out this. I think it was like 22 and a half.
Yeah.
that was good fish.
And then I caught a 20 right after that too. Just 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'm still trying to beat my 27 and a half.
27.
luck
When
with
did you
that.
catch that?
That was
Golf
upstate
hunt.
college.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot
I
about that.
probably won't ever beat that.
Did
We'll
you
have
catch?
to-
Were you up there with him?
Not when he
Yeah.
caught that one.
No,
You
I
caught
was there
a
the-
20 some up there.
Yeah, 21 and a half or something
Mhm.
like that.
Oh, okay.
we'll have to go up there. There's some real nice trout streams.
Oh yeah, world class right there.
Oh yeah.
It's good. Best you can get it. Some of the best you'll get in PA.
Oh yeah, definitely. Unless you go up towards Erie.
Ethan's more the trout fisher of the group. He likes
I
to.
like to.
Fly
he
fishing.
he,
with the
he
group.
dabbles
I
a
try
bit
to
more
do
than
a
we
good
do.
bit. I enjoy it.
It's fun. Keeps me busy when I can't hunt.
I'll trout fish up until about turkey season, then I call it.
Oh geez, you just turkey hunt in the morning, kill your bird, and then go trout fish. That's what I
well,
did last year.
I'll get out
I
about
caught a
3
22
times.
after I killed a turkey.
I'll probably get out on the weekends, and then turkey season hits, and that's my focus.
You just gotta kill them early, and
I
then you
think
can
I
hunt
went last
after,
year.
fish after.
Well, not everybody's as good at callers as you, buddy.
Oh,
You-
come
you wanna-
on
You want to talk
now.
about you getting into the West Virginia State Finals or whatever? You know?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I have that coming up
Didn't you
in
go last year a lot though?
2 weeks.
Trout fishing?
Yeah.
I went probably 4 times.
Okay. I went quite a bit last year. Sometimes I go in the morning before I went to work. I did that a couple times.
Very cool.
But yeah,
Probably a few.
Ethan's in the West Virginia State Finals for turkey calling. So
Yeah, that's coming up in 2 weeks here.
Oh
So
boy.
That's sweet.
I don't know how that's gonna go. I've never done this before. I just sent in a submission to see if I could get in, and lo and behold, I did. So we'll find out what happens. But
Well,
that'd be
as
cool.
somebody that has won a turkey calling contest, I can tell you, you got it.
he's mean on the box call.
Oh
He
yeah.
was mean on box call.
About 12 years old, won a little turkey calling contest after I learned how to use box call for the first time.
You'll
So-
have to give us a sample sometime.
Oh yeah. No mean turkey calls.
Oh
so,
yeah,
So how many people made the finals, or do you know? Or
there's
is
10
it
of us.
only 10?
Mm-hmm. There's
Wow.
10 of us. They keep 10.
Wow.
And it goes from there. So we'll
That's-
see.
that's
See
pretty
how
cool.
it goes. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna wrap this thing up. I think we're gonna go do a YouTube short for our new sponsor.
Yep.
Ilchi's.
Yeah, I should probably also hit up one of our other sponsors. I guess I should probably do
Yeah,
that.
we
here
got
pretty
we got some stuff we got to get on as a group.
That'll
Get
be
a lot
coming.
more content this year. I think we got to keep up with the content.
soon. Some preseason stuff,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh
That'll
yeah,
be
we got to
coming
get
to the
more into
page.
that. For sure. We got to just keep everything moving. So, You know the
Alright.
saying.
Well,
We'll see what happens.
that's
We'll
right.
See what happens. Talk to
Alright,
you after
boys.
turkey.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
See
Yep.
ya.
Bye-bye.